What is up, guys? Andrew Script coming at you guys today with a new video. It is a very beautiful day today here in Colorado. It's actually really snowy. I believe it's snowing across most of the United States right now. However, we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing today. This is a film that most of you guys should know of, Dawn of the Dead here. This is the second sight releasing of this film. This came out quite a few months ago. I did pre-order this forever ago. I know it was sometime, like, I think in the summer, I want to say like in May or so, when pre-orders initially went up for this, and I think it was supposed to come out in October, and I can't remember when I got it. I know I had gotten it like October, November-ish, maybe December. I got it when it came out, essentially. And there was a Blu-ray edition and a 4K edition of this. This is like a collector's edition. And like I said, this is put out from Second Sight Releasing. So Second Sight Releasing is I believe a European company. I could be wrong on that. But they do a lot of different collector editions for pretty big films, I guess you could say, fan favorite films. They'll take them and release really cool packaging, pack it with loads of extras. It's just a really nice set. And yeah, I heard that Dawn of the Dead was getting a 4K release. I know it's had a 4K release in the past, not in the US obviously, but I believe there was another European release a couple of years back. But once I saw this edition, I just knew that this is the one I needed. And yeah, we'll jump into it. I'll show you guys what's all in here, talk about what's included in terms of the special features, and talk a little bit about the transfer itself. I did get a chance to watch the film. So looking on the back here, this is going to include, I believe it's 4 discs. So yeah, you got the first disc is going to be the theatrical cut, and this is a 4K disc. So it's a brand new 4K scan and restoration of the film, obviously. Let's see, you get newly restored of the optical track, all that. I'm not gonna go too much into the specs of all that stuff, but it does include commentary with George A. Romero, Tom Savini, Christine Forrest, and you get a new commentary by Travis Crawford, and optional English subtitles. Disc 2 is going to be the extended cut. Nothing really much different there. Disc 3 is going to be the Argento cut, and by the way, like I said, all 3 of these are 4K scans of the film and 4K Ultra HD discs. And for those who don't really know as well, 4K is pretty much region free right now. There are some releases out there, I believe, that are region locked, and probably going forward, unfortunately, a lot of companies are probably going to start to region lock 4K. I hope that is not the case, but from what I've been seeing a lot of, that is the route a lot of companies are going to be going. I've heard Criterion is going to be releasing some 4K films this year, and they are going to be region locked to hell. Hopefully that will not be the case, like I said, but keep that in mind. If you guys haven't bought a 4K player, you might want to look at getting a region-free 4K player when you do invest in getting one. But as of right now, this set, the 4K discs are region-free. I played this on my PlayStation 5. And it played just fine. So if you guys are in the US and want this set, you can play the 4K discs on a US player, or any other player for that matter. Now, as far as Blu-ray disc number 4, that is going to be a Blu-ray, not a 4K Blu-ray, and I believe that disc is region locked. I do have a region-free Blu-ray player, so I am able to watch that, but I have not checked out the special features themselves, and I'll talk about what's included with that. So in the special features, you're going to have new zombies and bikers with John Amplas, and a bunch of other celebrities, including Tom Savini. It sounds like it's like a 59 featurette of some sort. You get new memories of Monroeville. It's a tour of the mall, which sounds pretty cool. You get new Raising the Dead, which is the production logistics, featuring a bunch of other people. You get a new effects of Dawn of the Dead, which is 13 minutes long, and new dummies. It's an interview with Richard France. Basically, it has a lot of different little mini interviews in here. You get, says new, the Lost Romero Dawn interview, so it's the previously unreleased archive interview. You get Super 8 Mall footage. You get some commentaries. You get Document of the Dead, the original cut. You get Document of the Dead, the definitive cut, with optional commentaries. You get The Dead Will Walk, which is the 2014 documentary, trailers, TV, and radio spots. So there is a ton of special features, all jam-packed on that one disc, which is unfortunate. I believe, like I said, I believe it is region locked on that Blu-ray disc. So if you are a huge fan of the special features and don't have a region-free player, that is something to consider with this set. The limited edition box set, so this will include as well as an audio soundtrack. So you get the entire Goblin soundtrack. It also includes, it looks like you get 3 soundtracks in here. It includes like a hard book featuring 17 new essays and archive articles and George Romero interviews, some behind the scenes stuff. And we'll just go ahead and crack this open so I can actually show you guys a little bit. So this does have like a kind of like a sleeve on the outer part here. I'm going to go ahead and kind of slide that off here. So that just kind of pops right off. And now here's the front of the set. And this thing's pretty thick. You can see here, it's a big packaging, but it just looks really nice and clean. And this top part will actually just pop right off. And you can see these are the contents inside here. I'm just gonna pull all of that out right now. And let's go ahead and just start with the top one here. So this is going to be, I believe, the films. Yeah, so this is gonna be the films themselves right here. So this will fold out kind of like a digibook, and you can just see it just says Dawn of the Dead there. It has the sunset there with the zombies and the helicopter. Very cool. And we'll flip it around, and you can just see here it's pretty simple in the artwork. It just says you got the theatrical cut, the extended cut, the Argento cut, and then of course your special features. And now in terms of the different cuts of these films, the cut I had watched was the Argento cut. I personally do enjoy the Argento cut just because I enjoy the soundtrack more, and it's a little bit more serious, and it kind of cuts out just a few other little things. However, the theatrical cut is probably the most common cut most people see. That's what's been released the most on home DVD. And I believe it's actually technically George Romero's preferred cut. I think the extended cut normally would be like the director's preferred cut, but I believe this is just the full edition. That just includes, I'm not even too sure, I think it just includes like just some random little extra things here and there. But as well as the theatrical cut, you're going to get more of the traditional soundtrack, which is going to be different than the Argento soundtrack. So like I said, it's a little bit more, the Argento cut's a little bit more serious than the theatrical. But they are all essentially good cuts. I've seen them all in the past, but I just typically watch the Argento cut most often myself. All right, next little thing we got here. So this is going to be pretty much the same thing, another little digibook. This one doesn't fold out as big. It's only 3 discs, but these are the 3 soundtracks right here that you get. So you got the Goblin soundtrack, and then you got these 2 part 1 and part 2 compilation soundtracks as well. Now looking at this, you got a little hardcover book included. This is going to say Dawn of the Dead, Dissecting the Dead, and you can see the spine. There's the back here. Talks a little bit about it. And I'll go ahead and kind of pop this open a little bit so you guys can see this. I don't think that there's a little bit of pictures in here, some of the posters and stuff. So there's not a whole lot to just kind of see, but you're obviously going to get a lot of really cool behind the scenes stuff about the film in here. Here's some of the movie posters. I think it just has a lot of the different posters that were used all across the world. They're all going to vary. Very cool. I like those ones a lot. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit in here. There's even some little figures and looks like maybe some fan-made stuff. You got behind the scenes photos, some stuff there too. So there's a good amount of pictures in here. I haven't had a chance to really look through this myself, so it's pretty cool. Then we have another little book here. This one's not going to be a hardback like the other ones. It's paperback, and this one just says Dawn of the Dead on the front there. You got the whole cast on there, and this is the novel of the film essentially. So if you guys, I've never read the novel myself, so maybe I'll check this out. But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, you can read the paper novel of the film. So I said I've never seen it or read it, and I just don't know how much it really compares. But yeah, definitely a cool little extra item included in this collector's edition. So now this edition is no longer in production, I believe. I know it's kind of hard to get. It was pretty difficult to get for a while, and I think you were able to, because I believe Zavvi is where I got mine from. I ordered it from them directly, but I know Diabolic DVD had very few put up at the time when they were taking pre-orders, and I believe they might still have some, or we're going to put up some, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm not too sure what this set is going for online, but it's a really nice set, and it did replace my previous one. I had an XT video. It was like 4 cut of the film, and it was a pretty cool set, but it was just Blu-ray, and I had a lot of problems with the discs. Actually, they were region free, but sometimes they just would not play on my player. I would have to repeatedly put them in and out until they would just sometimes play, so that was a little strange. So this was definitely a nice upgrade. But for those who are in the US who want to get a 4K set of Dawn of the Dead, you might want to wait. From what I've been hearing, I've gotten some confirmation that there is going to be a Dawn of the Dead 4K set released this year. However, and it's going to be in the US. However, I do not know who is going to be putting it out, and I don't know in terms of packaging if it's going to be a collector's edition or if it's going to be a pretty bare bones release. So just stay tuned and keep an eye out for that. My personal thoughts are it's probably going to be Arrow, maybe Scream Factory. The reasons why I believe that is just because I've seen a lot of announcements as well that are going to be coming from Arrow and Scream Factory for a lot of 4K releases that they're putting out this year. Arrow has had several, I think, leaked, including a couple Tarantino films, and Scream Factory's already leaked a few as well. I believe they're going to be putting out, I think they're putting out Army of Darkness. I know for sure Army of Darkness is getting a 4K release, as well as like American Werewolf in London and The Thing, from the 80s is getting a 4K release this year. And my thoughts are those are all going to be released from Arrow or Scream Factory, just because it seems that they are starting to re-release some of their releases in 4K or put out some of their future releases in 4K. Scream Factory just put out They Live and Prince of Darkness, which I will show you guys. I haven't had a chance to pick up They Live yet, but I did pick up Prince of Darkness. And yeah, this film looks fantastic in 4K. I mean, damn you, Scream Factory, for putting out these movies a million times and re-releasing them in steelbook packaging and making us want to buy them, because I'm going to keep buying them. But this film does look really good. This is a great transfer, except there is a scene I noticed pretty early on. It's a scene with Donald Pleasence, actually. He's talking. I want to say it's within the first 10 minutes. I noticed I was like kind of half asleep when I first started watching it, but then I rewinded it because I thought maybe I was losing it, but no, I totally wasn't. It was missing some audio for a brief 10 seconds, I would say, where you could see his mouth moving, but there's no audio coming through. I didn't notice any missing audio throughout the rest of the film. If you guys pick this up and notice that, let me know. I haven't seen anything from Scream Factory put out a press release in terms of having an issue with this set or putting out a replacement disc, but it might be too early on because I believe this just came out last week. So let me know if you guys are having issues. Other than that, this set is great. I love it. I love the artwork that they chose. It's kind of simple. It's a little different than what they've been doing. So I do recommend picking up those 4K releases if you guys are interested. But yeah, guys, that's about it for this video. Haven't done a little video in a little while. I've been doing some live stuff. If you guys have been noticing that, I've been playing some Resident Evil a little bit. But I wanted to show you guys this set because I just never had a chance to do an unboxing on this channel for this yet, and I really love this set. And yeah, I wanted to also give you guys the news. And you know, for me, like, this is probably my favorite zombie film of all time. I know some people don't agree with that. Some people, and I do enjoy the remake a lot. I think it is a fantastic remake, but I know some people prefer the remake to the original. I've always had a place in my heart for this film. It means I grew up watching it a lot, and yeah, I just really enjoy it. So for me, I really am happy I got this set, and here and not knowing that there was going to be a US release, because this film has been long out of print forever in the US. I was very excited to hear that there's going to be a US release, and more than likely I probably will end up picking up that release as well to go along with this one. So anyways, guys, this video is probably way longer than it needed to be. I probably babbled on about a lot of stupid stuff, but thank you so much for watching me, and thank you guys for supporting the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.